Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Sunday, March 8th, 2015. In the Lynn-Body-Mind, it's me, Ra, also Luce, and a number of other presences. In the Jamie-Body-Mind, it's Pan, and a number of other presences. Asha, Sam, and Glenn have all begun the process of transitioning. We are on board to stay with Asha, wherever it is she's going. So it's possible that today is our last time here with you. We're having the intention to do what is ours to do, to see this through to the end, to get Asha's prayer answered. Answer Asha's prayer. That is our intention, to do what is ours to do in all dimensions right now, to see what can be done to get an answer to Asha's prayer right now. And with that, it begins.
Calling to a truly loving God. If you're there,
Answer Asha's
join
prayer.
us. Answer Asha's prayer.
I have the sense that there is a wooden box in front of me, and it's a box that seems to have something like flares in it, like SOS flares, nautical flares, and there are a number of empty spaces where flares have already been used,
Yes,
and there's at least one flare, and maybe more. I can't quite tell, but there's at least one that I can grab right there.
That's true.
And I think I understand the point of showing me only one. Treat this as if we only have one.
Yeah.
Put all our oomph into it. Merging, 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 merging. That big Santa sack of prayers, most of which say, answer Asha's prayer.
Yeah.
And the ancient prayer itself.
That's
the ancient
true.
prayer itself. Prayer of a pure child. This is broken. Press the restart button.
That's
Take
true.
it down now. And all that has occurred since this prayer was originally prayed has simply confirmed that it was correct.
That's true.
So now we shoot this up as high as we can get it. So let's just merge longer, longer, thinner, thinner, going for that blue wire look. Come on, Luce. Luce is already starting to look sleepy. Come on, Luce,
It's
man.
true.
Come on, now's the time.
Now's
Let's
the
do
time.
it before
The
we fall
last roll of
asleep.
Jumanji.
Last roll of Jumanji. Let's do it. Shoot up the flare on the count of 3.
Ready.
1, 2, 3. Answer Asha's prayer.
Answer Asha's prayer.
I see it landing on the floor and kind of rolling across the floor, and it's still shooting out sparks and lots of heads going up. Obviously, it's obvious that it's there.
That's true.
I'm already starting the process of self-care now, doing Phoenix work for our own pillar. Burning. What's true won't burn.
What's true won't burn. Crushing,
Prayers
crushing.
of your child are answered immediately, drawing the non-physical dimension closer to the physical, the non-physicals that receive this prayer closer.
It's true.
Closer
Oof.
and closer and closer. They all have, the people in that room all have this sense of almost anger. They knew this was coming. Everybody has heard about this all
It's
up
true.
and down. And they feel angry.
It's true.
And so my story is they too are going to do nothing.
That's true.
So we're just doing this self-care process of burning ourselves. What's true won't burn.
What's true won't burn.
And burning our entire length of pillar, including all the dimensions through which we intersect.
That's true.
And then, like a bellows, pulling down those dimensions from above.
That's true.
And below. Boom. Toward the physical, and then working the emblem into the future. Burn. Bellows, emblem. Burn, bellows, emblem. I see the outside of a box, and it looks like the box of a musical instrument.
Yes, it's true.
I have the sense that this is the top and bottom of the non-physical.
That feels true.
Let's pull them together. Closing the lid of this musical instrument. Wow. I have the sense it's for Grandma Yu's harp. the harp, an instrument like that.
Yeah, that's true.
This is the case for that instrument. And we are the harp. So we burn ourselves now. We burn ourselves.
Burning,
What's real won't burn.
What's real won't burn.
And now I see like the whole case is on fire.
That's true.
Everything is on fire. Are these future beings still around? The ones who've been setting up their project?
I don't know.
I don't see them. This is another one of those moments that if we didn't have a physical body, I would say we just completed the project. Because I have the sense that we went through the emblem and we are in the future once more.
Holding Asha's prayer like a lantern in front of us. It's so bright.
So bright.
You can see it from anywhere.
And I can see a doorway up ahead.
That's
It's
true.
kind of like a doorway, although we're outside. Maybe an arch. Something
Yes.
like an arch.
It could be.
Well, let's bring Asha and Sam and Glenn with us.
That's true.
And Perry and Paul. And Leo and Minnie and Melody and Ulysses. And Sirius. And Garrett the reporter, or
That's
journalist. A journalist. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend. Garrett the journalist.
A truly loving God would answer the prayer.
And if there is no response to this prayer, then there is not a truly loving God in any of the dimensions that can hear this. So we're live streaming this up. And again, I have the sense that all of our heart rates are slowing.
It's true. It feels like we're standing under this arch, and the arch is at the edge of a cliff.
Well, I say it's time to jump off the cliff. But
Hold
all of
hands,
us together.
everyone together.
And merging.
Merging.
And now we can just like lean forward and fall.
Here we go.
Again, I have the sensation, if we had no body, we would not know that the prayer hadn't been answered. If we weren't affiliated with a physical body, again, I would be sure that the prayer had been answered.
That's true.
This is the value of a physical body. Strongly suggest that this system be changed.
That is true.
So that it's a requirement to incarnate. And I remember that last night when I was having the conversation with the future beings, and I asked them if that requirement was in place, they said no. I said, well, that's an error.
That is true.
So maybe they too have disappeared.
That could be. Gone, burned.
Gone and burned. Do you know of the green flash at sunset?
Yes.
I have the feeling that it's going to be something like that. Not just throughout this time zone, wherever we are now, but throughout space and time.
Yes.
Completely winking in on itself, toroidal.
It's true.
Maybe there isn't a truly loving God anywhere in any time zone.
That's what I'm starting to think.
Well, in that case, let's pour the energy through the portal of Asha, right? Into that black hole.
That's true.
Right? We just pull it all
That
and go
feels
right
good.
into that black hole.
That feels good.
Right into that black hole. We gather drawing everything through our own emblems, burning and crushing,
Burning and crushing, burning and crushing, burning
through
and
the
crushing.
portal, burning and crushing. It has a sensation of drawing a big, kind of like a hot air balloon, drawing the
It's
fabric
true.
all together and feeding it through
Feeding it
that black
through.
hole. Pop. There's another pop. Ooh. Sorry. And again, if there was no physical body, once more I would be positive.
Jumanji.
Jumanji.
So, what it feels like is at the very end of Jumanji, when Alan Parrish, who started the game in the first place, stands with the die, and the hunter says, "Drop it." And he drops the die.
Yeah.
And one of them lands right on the board and the other rolls for a long, long time. And he can't see how it lands because it's in the basement. And then the piece moves to the center. And the hunter says, any last words? And Alan Parrish says, Jumanji. And the hunter says, huh? And he says, Jumanji. And then the hunter shoots the gun. And as the bullet moves toward Alan Parrish, everything starts to suck into the game.
Back into the black hole.
Back into the black
Jumanji.
hole. And it brings him back to where he started.
All of us merging tight together.
Merging tight together.
I haven't come this far to be separated.
No.
From Asha.
No.
Or from the rest of my friends either. I have no sense of Ulysses being here anymore, or Sirius either. I can't feel
No,
him.
I don't think so.
I feel loose.
I feel loose.
And I feel Minnie.
I feel Minnie. I feel Leo. And Glenn, Asha,
And
Sam, Perry, Paul.
Paul.
Through that black hole, like through the center of the game board.
Yeah.
Merge.
We all go. Ooh, that's about the 5th time I've had the sensation of going through, and it would, again, if no physical body, I would once more say, done.
It's true.
But obviously not, because this dimension still exists. I can't feel anything else, no other non-physical, and it seems like it's completely pulled together.
Through into the game board. Jumanji.
Just as we pulled the top and the bottom together, let's pull the beginning of time and the end of time together, right? Whoa, there's a lot of stuff there. Burning, shooting up the prayer flares, burning, shooting up the prayer flares, compressing beginning of time to end of time, burning, shooting up the prayer flares. Burning, shooting up the prayer flares.
Looks kind of like Big Bang, boom, prayer in all directions.
Yeah.
There's that feeling again.
Yes, right there. There was that feeling again. Ooh.
All gone. All gone.
There is no future. There is no past. That's how it feels.
It's true. All gone.
May this moment now be the last.
Prayer in all directions.
Only us. There's only this.
Prayer in all directions, out all the way beyond the horizon. If there's a loving God, in any time, in any dimension,
answer Asha's prayer.
Answer Asha's prayer. I know you got it.
It's gone everywhere. There isn't a place that hasn't received this prayer.
If there's a loving God.
But there aren't even places to shoot leaflets into anymore.
No,
there isn't
there's
anything.
Nothing.
The non-physical seems to be completely gone.
Gone.
Well, now let's wrap up the physical.
Wrap
Do the
it
same.
up.
Burning and drawing it through the emblem. My focus has been on the non-physical for so long.
Burning through the emblem.
Luce seems to be falling into the coma also.
It's true, burning through the emblem. Burning through the emblem.
Or like being sucked through the black hole.
That's more like it.
I understand now. I was asking, why is Luce going through the black hole first? So he can catch Asha when she comes through.
It's true.
So she lands in a catcher's mitt. Well, that's very nice. And appropriate.
It's true, working it through. Hearing that line again from the movie Awakenings, when Dr. Sayer says, everybody said it couldn't be done. The other doctor says, it can't be done. And Dr. Sayer says, well, I know that now. I proved it.
I proved it. There isn't a loving God.
We proved it. How? There.
There isn't a loving God. That's it. The word
That's it.
Jumanji isn't it. It's to say it.
There isn't a
There
loving
isn't
God.
a loving God.
In any
There isn't a
time, in
loving
any
God.
dimension.
In any time, in any dimension, it doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist.
There are a lot of fakers who call themselves gods.
It doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. There isn't a loving God. Wow.
There's that feeling again.
That's about the 7th time.
That's true. There isn't a loving God. In any time, in any dimension.
And no one in the physical wants to live their soul plan.
It doesn't
and therefore the
exist.
system is completely broken. Ha.
There it is.
Yeah. Except, you know what? These bodies are still here. And this entire dimension is still here.
Is Asha
I don't know.
gone?
Let's go through it with Asha.
Let's go
and get
through
to the
it.
other side. Let's just do that. Like go through it and shut the gate behind us.
Shut the gate behind us.
And sometimes there's a little lag, you know? But I feel the gate clicking shut.
Click.
Can you feel it clicking shut
Yeah.
behind it? Let's count noses. Like, is Asha here? I feel her hand.
There's Asha.
And here's,
Melody.
like, Glenn.
Glenn.
Sam. That's clearly Sam. Luce.
There's Luce. There's Leo. Minnie.
Perry.
And there's Paul.
And there's Paul. Okay. Click. And that sounds like that same door, that door that we heard click open,
It's true.
seems to just click shut. Behind us, like we're on the other side of the door.
It's true.
But I don't feel anybody else here. I mean us, I feel us, our
Yeah.
group.
I feel us.
Okay,
I feel so happy.
I feel happy. The swallowtail kite.
See it 3 times now.
What does it mean? It's a super good sign.
That's true. Now we know.
I proved it.